Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, in the context of love, it really is so much about Venus for so many of us. We have a very active Venus this month, and Venus is moving through a part of the sky for you that is generally harmonious, that has to do with talking things out with your relationships with your neighbors as well, and maybe even helps with connecting with other people thanks to your siblings and cousins, them being the ones to facilitate some very promising bonds with other people. But this particular Venus also has a big adventure this month. So it isn't just that Venus is speaking in harmony with Saturn, which is really good, right? That is a very stabilizing energy. That really is about making a smart choice, a grounded choice, about understanding something about love being connected to stability, and that being an important factor in the definition of love. That's great. But then what we have is Venus going on to speak with Pluto, speak with Uranus in a different type of conversation. And these are conversations of passion, questions, tension, surprises, okay? And also bursts of clarity that can end up being a big game changer all around. If there ever was a time for you to be mindful of your words and be mindful of flirting in the workplace, this would be it. So really be very mindful of that where it comes to the workplace, okay? In other areas, I think that this energy can work very well for you, especially where it comes to talking things out, getting clarity in an established bond, or even just connecting with others in a very informal kind of way. But it's only that little spot that I would advise you to maybe hold back a little bit, watch the conversation, make sure there aren't other ways to interpret whatever it is that is being shared. But for all that, we do have some very helpful conversations taking place that can work very much for you. So where it comes to love, if you are in an established bond, great time to talk things out, okay? Great time to affirm that there's something special here between the two of you and that there are specific ways that it can be nurtured. Also, a really good time all around to talk about, if one of you is having feelings of jealousy, to talk about that and to say, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through, this is my perception, to resolve that issue and to understand if it's you or if it's them, or is there something happening, or is it just a matter of insecurity? What is it that's going on? To really get that clarity and to really feel a lot more certain, a lot more grounded in the bond that you have. Also, though, this is the time when there's going to be truth all around with this particular celestial environment this month. And so if there's been an area where you might have not been looking or not wanted to necessarily look at, the universe is going to ask you to get really clear. And then the universe is going to ask you to be starkly honest in a way that maybe you don't necessarily even have any control over. It's almost like the information will just show up in front of your face. So if there's been any area where you haven't been really honest about something, or you haven't wanted to consider something, you've had a little suspicion, you've wondered, sometimes in not a good way, sometimes in a good way, or maybe you just haven't answered the question or asked the questions because you don't want to know the answers, this is when it's just going to show up right in front of you, and it's like, okay, this is the reality of the situation. Now what would you like to do? That is going to be the question that the universe asks you, and of course, it's up to you to decide which way you want to go. Watch your own actions though, because I think they are going to speak most powerfully. And especially, I will say this, be mindful of your communications. If you're in an established bond, a few things come up here for me. If you are exchanging messages with another person that maybe are flirty, maybe are suggestive, If you are in an established bond, well, then the question becomes, what are you getting out of that maybe you are not getting in your bond? What does that say? It might not say anything. It might be, the way that it is and the dynamic and the agreement that the two of you have, but it's possible that that's not. It's possible that it's allowing you to divert your attention so that you're not having to address things in a more direct way. That's going to be up to you to decide if that is the version of the truth and your truth that is right for you. So that's going to be something that you want to be mindful of. But I mean, if there ever was a time when, previous emails, past emails, text messages, all of that just come to the surface, whether your partner or yours, this would be that kind of month. So be mindful of that. Be mindful how it is that you're communicating with others, because it looks like a lot of that stuff could come very much to the surface. And you want to make sure that it's being interpreted properly, right? That's the thing as well, because as I spoke about in the general horoscope, especially as we move towards the end of the month, there's such an energy there of things not being as they appear, of the illusion actually not speaking to the reality of the situation in words, in art, in photos, in film. So this is a time to be mindful of all that stuff as well. For those of you who are just getting to know somebody and you're open to getting to know someone as well, this is going to be those awarenesses. This is going to be getting to know that person better and say, okay, this is what's going on. And this may also be, in all honesty, it might be that this person comes to you with a little bit of an interesting request, right? It might be that you're thinking, oh wow, this person's really interesting, this could really go somewhere, and they come to you and they say, I don't believe in monogamy. And you might be someone who's looking for that. Or it might be the opposite, right? This could be somebody who really, they're a great person, but they very much want to move in a certain direction that you are maybe trying to take it a little bit slow. So all of these factors, sort of like you getting another perspective of where it is that this person is sort of aiming in a different direction than you might be, and what is it that needs to happen if this is something that is meant to go forward. And if you are open to meeting someone new, I do think, and I do really like Venus speaking with Saturn, this to me says that you believe in love, that love is possible. You believe that love could be made stronger and made more secure. So I really do like that a lot. But I think at the same time, you might surprise yourself by having some very strong feelings kick up, like very early in the game. Like you just meet somebody and you talk to them for a few minutes, and then you see them like 30 minutes later flirting with someone across the room and feel yourself having these feelings. Well, look, you are there to enjoy yourself and strive to stay in that energy of enjoyment. It is one of the surest ways to make yourself that much more attractive all around. It's confidence, it's self-possession. And this is something that I think as a Leo, you innately understand. That when you are in that place of owning yourself and owning your power and owning your light, you just have a shine to you that just draws people to you. So stay connected to that as a source of your power. Also, if you are open to meeting somebody new, this can be some very quick turnarounds, especially as we move further into the month. Very quick, like sort of moments of honesty, quick developments taking place that don't necessarily go how you expect them to. Quick connections taking place that don't necessarily go how you expect them to as well. And so that's going to be up to you how it is that you're going to navigate it forward. But it does look like any new people you meet right about now, anything initiated right about now, will bring about an array of feelings, an array of emotions, which should show you a lot about yourself, what you're going for, and what it is ultimately that you really want where it comes to matters of heart. What I love about this month for you is that love is an adventure. Lots is happening on levels of heart, on levels of your understanding of love, and in your growth in love as well. You see things in you that you like, you see things that are hopeful, and you see things in you also that might need a little bit of your own love and a little bit of your own care as well. And finding that right balance will ensure that you have a love that is healthy and truly affirming.